insulting people. So they're insulting people going against the court order. Sir, you gotta say, excuse me, you snuck up behind me. I almost hit it, but I didn't even realize. So they're using civilians to bother Africans like me. This Ericadam, I believe he doesn't like Africans because there was some homeless Africans and he made them sleep outside. He was putting the Spanish homeless he was putting the Spanish homeless in the hotel. So the international community needs to investigate this. They are hiring Jamaicans to be attacking Africans like me. This woman always bothers me. She always bothers me. I don't know what her job is. Before they killed my friend Eric Garner, they said they were hiring people to bother him. Eric Garner was trying to help me with my case against the police when they took my home. So this Jamaican woman always follows me around. The international community needs to look into this. They're hiring people to torture people in America, and that's a violation of international law. And people like that can be arrested in front airport for inciting abuse of life, you know. So they hired this Jamaican woman. The MTA president is a white guy. He said he knows how to get people off the subway. So what they do, my mother used to, before my mother was killed or was out, she said they used to bother her. She was a U.S. citizen, but she said they used to kick her when she sit down on the bus on Staten Island. As soon as she was complaining about the police, they were hiring civilians on Staten Island to be kicking my mother on the bus. So this Jamaican woman, I think she's part of their legacy of torturing people. But she's going to go to jail because I'm recording her and I'm forwarding over. She's going to be arrested. I'm going to forward to our embassy also to let our people know that if she travels out to Jamaica, they need to arrest her under United Nations law. Okay? Because this Trump can't be hiring people to, under this Trump xenophobia, to be making immigrants feel unwanted. So the MTA CEO, John Oliver, he said he knows how to throw people out of the subway. So this Jamaican woman is blocking the way. So I'm so sorry, you guys, you can't exit because she's not letting me exit. You're blocking the way that people children, you're holding us hostage. You can clean early because they always use false pretext like they're cleaning. And people are going to take the staircase. Okay, you were bothering me also when I was trying to exit there. Don't bump into my stuff. You were bothering me when I was trying to exit the elevator at the Brooklyn platform. You always bother me when I try to use the bathroom also. So if you're hired to be obstructing, and they'll start spraying with perfume. They did that also. I was trying to use the bathroom at 2 a.m. They say Africans stink. So they're engaging in ethnic attack, hiring Jamaicans like this to be insulting us. We're going to go to jail. They were spraying perfume in my face at the ferry also. They're going to be arrested. And the white woman was following me to the ferry from 10 station and was mocking me. Okay? So they're turning into a racial thing. Their subway is normally dirty, but it's me. They'll be spraying perfume and stuff to say they say there are African stinks and stuff. So this General Lieber is the head of the MTA. He said he knows how to get homeless people out, but the other people need to keep them out forever. And in 2019, they were harassing me and trying to call the police on me, and they arrested me and put their nail on my neck and went and dumped me in the psych ward, and they were all laughing. When Trump was president the first time. So anytime Trump is president, they get extreme because they believe, he's not going to investigate them, and the prosecutors here in New York State and City are not going to investigate them either. So they believe we immigrants, we are screwed anytime Trump is president. So, so it's like they said they want to kill me like Jordan Neely. They said, I guess this MTA was so proud the way Black American was killed. Jordan Neely said he was angry that his mother was killed. And they don't know what made him angry that day. But a white guy snuck behind him, and choked Jordan Neely dead. So they said this MTA must have been proud that the jury, instead of Black Americans, the jury also supported the white guy. Because I don't know why that prosecutor didn't bring as much evidence as possible. I was willing to testify, and stuff, but they never let me testify for anything. So they said, it seems they were all proud that the white guy beat a homeless Black American to death on the subway, choked him dead, and he argued self-defense that homeless Black American was angry. So they always try to get me angry. They use acts of provocation. As I was trying to leave the train, this guy, he always acts like he's blind, but they use him to bother me. He would be trying to bump into me, then he'll follow me after I get off the train, and but he will make statement to that makes me suspect, is able to recognize me. Like, how can you be blind with a walking stick and claim, he remembers me and stuff? It will sometimes make statements. So he came on the train. I was about to get off the train. He came and blocked my way. And I told him, "Sir, this way." He kept coming towards me and blocked my way. You know, cause sometimes it's hard for me to get off the train. Cause they sent some black Americans with electric scooters and what's that thing called? Electric wheelchair to be bumping into my stuff on the train. Even though there was multiple entrances they could get on, I was already on the train, and there wasn't enough space for the big electric wheelchair and my stuff at that door entrance. But there were multiple other doors that had vacant entrance. And this woman came with a big electric wheelchair and was driving into me, boom, hitting my stuff. So all my stuff got displaced. And it's been hard for me to fix it because I have to wait to tie it all together. Because it's been so cold. And if I try to stay indoors to fix all my stuff, to tie it all together, their police will surround me and tell me to leave immediately. They tell them to be profiling homeless, black homeless, and just trying to arrest us. They'll try to make you look like you're trespassing, wasting time, and not leaving, So I always come outside to fix all my stuff, or they don't give me enough time to, even the winter. And that's not safe because, you're supposed to allow a passenger to safely leave and enter the train. So when my stuff is displaced like this, I used to, be on the station platform, find a secluded area and fix all my stuff. But if I try to do that now under this Black American leadership, the police will surround me and tell me to leave like that. Say, don't fix your stuff, just leave, like an animal. And they will arrest you, so, they will arrest you and choke you or kill you. Say you're a nuisance, you didn't leave on time. Even though I pay myself before, they're not supposed to be running their transportation system unsafely. They're supposed to allow somebody, if they're trying to fix their belonging because their belonging got displaced or whatever. And in my case, it didn't just get displaced. Two black Americans attacked me on the train. One was on a heavy electric wheelchair, and she was, she had a lot of weight on her. So she was driving the electric wheelchair to hit my stuff, and the other black American was hitting my stuff out of their way. Because they had multiple entrances, there was more vacant, so they want to come through the same entrance I was at. I was like, the train is not that big enough to occupy two people with big items. They had the electric wheelchair that was very big, and this one was huge also. So they were just looking for violence, and there was multiple vacant spots they could have safely boarded. The train has three doors, each train car. So I was by the one door car, and the other door cars was vacant, and she had enough time and they were just hitting my stuff, driving the electric scooter into my stuff, and they displaced all my stuff. Also, my stuff tore to pieces. They all started humiliate as an African, started fight with me, and they believe they can just claim. They said this governor has been saying the homeless are crazy, and this Eric Adams are saying homeless are crazy. So they already prepared a defense in time. So in case they kill someone like me, even the Ashraf, and he's saying, a lot of the homeless are crazy indeed, and they don't want to help. The system is not putting them in the psychiatric bed they need. And they said they used to abuse poor black Americans like this. In the 1970s, they go and lock them up in mental ward and beat them and abuse them to death. They had to close all this mental hospital. There's one when I came here to America in 2000 with my mother, and I ride on the Staten Island bus. We used to go park in one of those hospitals. It's all vacant now. It's a big building, and you can tell this is a horror zone. They had to vacate everybody out of that hospital. It's in Willowbrook. It's one of the asylum centers where they used to torture homeless black Americans. You'd arrest them, drag them there, and abuse them. They had to vacate that old building. Nobody lives there. It's like a monument of the torture they put people into. So this white CEO, Lieber, said he wants that to continue. Said they need to reopen all those places and be packing the poor people there, whether they're crazy or not. He said he wants them out. So the only way they can get you forcefully removed and kill you is to start a fight with you. So they're using a Jamaican woman. Anytime I try to use the bathroom, there's a train stop that has the bathroom on South Ferry on the one line. She'll go up there before me, block the door. If I try to exit here on Chambers, she'll come and block the way. So I'm like, are you one worker everywhere? They don't, normally they assign them to just one station. They don't have them riding the train, blocking a particular person. So they just want to get me upset, and they know lawyers wouldn't help me as a poor African. The Nigerian embassy didn't help me either. I told them my mother's been killed, but my mother's doors. Trained mental illness one and killed her. So they find every excuse to abuse me. They say they do this in the prison or cell, but it's arrest them because nobody's is the scapegoat. So they would just abuse a poor person and claim, the person died from being violent and being tired about life and doesn't want to accept help. I've been to the shelter. Me and my mother were abused out of the shelter. And I've been trying to get Section 8. Like in Texas, there's a city there that's majority Black American. The mayor is also Black American. And it was giving people on the street Section 8. So I was talking about it on the train, telling people to contact the city council also to pass a law that will allow people on the street to get Section 8. So they eventually listened and passed the law. And the mayor is a Black American mayor, blocked that law. Said people on the street can't get Section 8. They have to go to a shelter first. And I've been to the shelter and I was harassed out of there. My mother's been to the shelter twice before she was killed by daughters who locked her up in the psych ward. In 2015, even though my mother wasn't crazy, her daughters were born in America. My mother was born in Nigeria. So they used their fluency in American English to get my mother killed by causing her untold hardship. My mother said they were just trying to kill her early and blame it to the city of New York and make money, exploit the city of New York. This address named Abolani and Flora in 2015 killed my mother. So I've been going through even in 2014. Every gone and tried to help me because the police took me and my mother's home on Staten Island, and I gave them the court papers to give to the police. The police went and confronted him and beat him to death. And the police got away with it. My mother's brothers also refused to arrest her. So anytime a black person is killed, the authorities will let the killer walk away. It's like, it's like the killers are doing they're racially purging this country and city out of black lives. It's like they're welcoming that by their state policy, by the governmental policy. So this is what is going on. They abuse my black life, and the FIFA should be aware. There's security challenges. My mother's been killed. My friend has been killed, and they refuse to investigate crimes. My green card has been stolen. Another African that was almost like me, he said, he said they came and robbed him, stole his green card, and his passport, and he was crying like a baby. Yeah, in Manhattan. So they're robbing us Africans, attacking us, inflicting human rights abuse on us, hiring Jamaicans to be following us around on the train. That woman should always follow me around. She's supposed to work in one station only. But they always bring her just to remind me, that they can do whatever they want to me, that their police and their prosecutor won't help an African like that. I've already reached out to the Manhattan prosecutor, I've been bribed. Sent him a 2-hour video. He never responded to me. That my mother is dead, my friend Regana is dead, and I'm, send him like a 2-hour video. So they're abusing Africans like me. I'm contacting the prosecutor, they're not helping me. So this country is a racist, slavery, slave trade practicing country. The legacy still lingers on. 500 years after 10 million Africans were killed by slavery, it's still going on. It's still going on. So this was they arrest me. The lawyers wouldn't help me. So and they believe that even with all the evidence in the world, you're still not going to get justice. So they still go ahead try to kill you. So they arrested me 24/7. I'm an African. This is a country that's practiced slavery. My mother's been killed here. A black American trying to help me, Oregon, has been killed. So this MTA CEO has to be arrested for creating a condition whereby Africans like me can be harassed for no reason. I can't safely exit or enter the train. I don't cause any violence on the train. I'm knocking on wood. I didn't hurt nobody on the train. I didn't kill nobody on the train. So they have no right to be scapegoating me. I've seen their white. Right, I saw a white guy this morning around 2 a.m. It was in between the train cars and was smoking drugs. See, a lot of them are smoking drugs in between the train cars and falling down and dying. It's a multiple deaths like that because they allowed their whites and the other people to just live their life free on the train. It's only Africans like me that want out. So they're not protecting lives and no police to help that guy downstairs. It went in between the train car, between the emergency exit, and it was just, smoking. It was high, and they'll see, and they have all the police camera, and nobody to help him get off that train car. It seems like it was high on drugs. So they're allowing their whites to do whatever, and it's the Africans like me, they want to kill. They want to kill. They say love their whites, and a lot of Americans are dying from drug overdoses. So they sometimes have people come on the train, start smoking crack near me, bringing out needles. I'm like, please don't inject me with your needle because I heard there's a fentanyl that's being shipped from China here and killing a lot of Americans. So they're bringing people to threaten me with needle. I don't do drugs, but anytime I close my eyes, they'll bring people around me doing drugs, holding needles. I don't know if they're trying to stab me to death. And as this Eric Adam and Oko, the mayor Eric Adam and Oko is the governor, have said that I've created a sort of defense. So if a homeless is killed there, they can just cover it up like, oh, the person is just one of the people that's doing drugs and died on their own. So I'm not doing drugs. I'm not injecting myself with a needle, but they keep bringing needles around me, and the governor and the mayor is covering it up, saying they love these homeless are just on drugs. Nobody's bothering them. They're the ones bothering themselves. So they need to arrest this Governor Oko and Eric Adams for creating a condition that can get Africans like me killed and that can be easily covered up. You know, so this what is going on.